So I'd like to begin by introducing Chris Demetrio, who is CEO of the Aberdeen Standard Investments Americas. Chris Demetrio is Chief Executive Officer, and he's also a member of the Aberdeen Standard Investments Management Committee. Chris is based here in Philadelphia. We're thrilled about. Must be a big Sixers fan, we hope. He's responsible for Aberdeen Standard's operations across North and South America. He joined Aberdeen Standard Investments as a result of a merger between Aberdeen Asset Management and Standard Life in August 2017, and he officially joined Aberdeen in 2013 as a result of the acquisition of SVG, a FTSE 250 private equity investor based in London. Demetrio is a chartered accountant and has a BA in politics from the University of Oregon, England. Please join me in welcoming Chris.
Good morning, everybody, and first, many congratulations on being here. I know how hard fought this competition is, and from schools participating from all over the world, and we've been fortunate enough to be involved in this competition from its fledgling status with just a few local schools here in Philadelphia, really not that many years ago, and it's just we're incredibly proud to see just how flourishing this competition is, and obviously the competition wouldn't work without the participation of all of you and teachers and your schools taking part in what is a really now fantastic global event. I'm also really excited to see how it continues to grow, continues to develop, and we're very much looking forward to continuing to be a part of it. Thank you for keeping my team busy yesterday afternoon with lots of questions. They told me that there was a hugely enthusiastic and insightful bunch, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of your presentations this morning as well. I won't take up much of your time because I'm sure you're just eager to get on with it. But what I do want to say is sometimes in our industry, the industry isn't as good at talking about why what we do is important. There's a lot of fun, and hopefully you've really enjoyed the experience of looking at different companies, deciding whether to invest in them, and watching what happens to the overall portfolio over time. But really at the heart of what we do is really central to some of the major challenges that governments and society around the world is going to be facing over the next few decades. Like major issues such as global warming, it's your generation that's really going to bear the brunt of the challenges that the industry faces. For example, now, if you take in the US specifically, if you think about Social Security, the government support of retirees, that plan was introduced in 1935. By the time when the retirement age, introducing a retirement age of 65, at a time when life expectancy was actually lower than 65. So the expectation was that you had to outlive the average life expectancy in order to participate for that benefit. Here we are today with life expectancy in America around 80 years old, an additional 15 to 17 years of life that these governments now need to support using a program that's massively underfunded. That leaves a huge hole in the system that governments, not just in the US but around the world, can't fill. And it's incumbent on our industry as well as others to be really, really good at what we do, to ensure that we capitalise on the wealth that does exist around the world, put it to good use, and make sure that we can help support and stabilise a system that, if we don't do our jobs very well, will become very unstable very quickly. I touched on global warming as an example, climate change as an example. We also have an important role to play in the allocation of capital around the world. Increasingly, as the world assets grow from where they are at around $90 trillion today, expected to grow to almost $150 trillion by 2025. How we use that capital, how we deploy that capital, could be really, really influential in solving some of the challenges that the world has today. We can invest behind technologies, we can encourage companies to be more thoughtful about the way they deploy their capital, the way they think about the environment, the way they think about society. So the industry has a hugely important role to play in two very important aspects. One is trying to stabilise a system that, if it doesn't become stable, will cause a retirement crisis over the next few decades. And secondly, in investing in a responsible way to ensure that some of the world's other challenges are being very, very well thought about by the world's leading companies. We are stewards of a staggering amount of capital that's deployed around the world on a daily basis, and we can command a huge amount of influence in the way that capital is utilised around the world. So it's a lot of fun, but it also has a lot of responsibility. And so those of you that are thinking about perhaps pursuing a career in asset management, it's a very worthwhile endeavour. It's worth doing, and it's worth doing well. So with that, I wish you the best of luck with your presentations today. I look forward to seeing hopefully some of you in the industry in years to come, and no doubt working for some of you in due course. So, best of luck, and now I'll hand over to Diana Drake, the Managing Editor of Knowledge at Wharton High School, who will introduce the teams and the judges.